most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Shaw, physical therapist.
Brad Heine, physical therapist.
We're the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, we are going to cover goal setting system that works for success, and it's just 5 steps.
Right. And you better pay attention, and you'll do very well.
Yeah, I think we've incorporated a lot of these into our lives. I think you've incorporated all these into your life.
Well, but they're not all my ideas, but I took them from, books I've read and people I've met and whatnot.
I think Brad and I both kind of had similar backgrounds in that we both listened to motivational speakers when we were younger, a lot in the car and stuff like that.
Back when they had cassette tapes.
When they had cassette tapes, yeah. Back in the little squirrel on a treadmill.
Yeah.
So, by the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, you're going to want to join us on our social media channels because we're always giving something away. What are we giving away right now? I don't know because this is a future video. But you go to bobandbrad.com and go to the giveaway section and you'll find out.
Right. And it's not just going to be a coloring book or something like that.
We got something nice. We're always giving away mattresses and stuff like that. You can go to Bob and Brad on Facebook too. It's always pinned to the top of the page. All right, Brad, take it away. How are we going to get successful here?
Okay, 5 things. Now, sometimes there's acronyms that you can use for them. This one I could not come up with an acronym, but I came up with a little sentence. Reasonable role models supported by reminders and mantras.
Okay, well,
so what does that mean?
That's a mouthful.
All right, so if you have something you want to accomplish, whether it's a fitness goal, whether it's educational, a family goal, a religious goal, you need to focus on it. And if you focus on it, it will become true.
It becomes reality.
Right. So these 5 things are going to help remind you and keep you on track. So number 1 is make sure it's a reasonable goal. It's an achievable goal. For example, I do a number of triathlons over the last 20 years, and I can think of about 3 or 4 people.
So triathlon, swimming, biking, and running.
Right.
Yep.
And usually start out with a smaller one.
Right.
One that takes about an hour to do.
Right.
Well, I've known a few people, they signed up for the Ironman triathlon.
Which is nuts.
They've never done a triathlon before, and they signed up, and 10 months from now, I'm going to do an Ironman, which is really too big of a goal. Unless the person is extremely fit to begin with, which is usually not the case.
Well, I would say, Brad, you can put that as a future goal.
Right.
But as steps to it, you make actionable goals, which would be one, doing a smaller triathlon first.
Right. But I'm saying even for
for them to say, I'm doing an Ironman, that's the first thing I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to work toward.
Right.
That's just nuts.
Usually it takes about 15 hours for the first timer to do them. They might be faster or slower, but one way or another, I think the winners come in like 10 hours. I mean, it's an all-day event. It's extremely...
I mean, to even stay awake for me that long is hard. I don't know how it'd work out for that long.
Okay, so set yourself reasonable goals,
actionable goals.
Right. Little ones, and take it step by step and grow. The next one is, this really has helped me, is find a role model that relates to the goal that you're doing with. And in my case, I'm going to give an example. When I went to back to college when I was 29 years old, I really was...
Which is really impressive, Brad, by the way, because physical therapy school is tough. And to go back at a later age, your memory is not as good already. No, it really isn't at age 29.
And I really had no study skills because I never took a college prep course in high school at all. So it was a challenge. But my brother, who was not academic in high school, C average or so, maybe C plus average, went to the Army to become an Army Ranger, did not need to be academic for that.
Which is very impressive, though. Army Ranger is not a...
Oh, yeah, he was a very aggressive person.
Sure.
And then he decided to become a nurse after leaving the Army. And everyone that knew him was like,
no way that's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
What age was that at, do you know?
Well, he was 22.
22.
Yeah, he was 4 years in the service.
Hey, never really done anything academic. Is really up to that point, what you're saying.
And he, learned about the anatomy in the service because he learned, if you broke a bone out in the woods, you had to learn how to splint it and whatnot. He became very interested in it, and he became a nurse 2 years later, a registered nurse. He works in it. What would you imagine? He works in the ER department.
Right. He wants action. Yeah.
So he's 60 years old now. So he's really done. And because of that, it really gave me inspiration to get to college, study my butt off, and get the grades to get to PT school. So,
Well, I'm gonna give you just a small example.
Okay.
And this one's almost self-aggrandizing here because nobody in my family went to college. I come from a family of 11 kids.
yeah.
Nobody went to college, and I was the first one. And after I went, then they all went.
Ah,
So, you know, they do. They see you. They know that they go, if he can do it,
right.
we can certainly do it.
Bob can get that college. Where you can
Oh
go.
my God.
Sign me up.
Sign me up is right. So,
All right. And this next one is very self-explanatory, but make sure you be around supportive
people,
people, whether it's family or friends. They
you just
really need
want to avoid, to be
Yeah.
honest, the negative people that are
Right.
going to bring you down, because there'll be plenty of people that'll tell you you can't do it.
right.
I mean, no
Or
matter what
say
it is.
that, why are you going to do that? That's such a silly goal.
Right.
You know, like doing an Ironman. Why do you want to do
Right.
all that exercise? There's a lot more productive stuff you could do.
Yeah, exactly. So
Um,
yeah, look for people that are maybe already doing it, or
Right.
you know,
Yep.
or
Surround yourself with that
that's right.
envelope of support. from
That's
good,
right. Warm
good,
feelings.
fun people. And then the next one is more on a personal level. You do it with yourself as reminders. Remind yourself about this goal all the time. I'm going to give you a couple examples and it'll make sense. This is one of my wife's idea. I didn't start this, but my email address, and we did it on some of our other addresses, like in our banking book when we wanted to go to Alaska. She used a password relating
To that.
to that.
That's
Right.
a great. I think that's a fantastic
Right.
idea, because how many times you got to use your password,
Right.
and every time it's that little ding, a reminder. To
Exactly.
You, so,
Right. Another one for when we wanted to get to 1 million subscribers,
sure.
I put BHBT 1 million.
Sure.
There you go. So now I'm going to change my password.
Yeah, and you know what I often do is I'll put a little slip in my wallet,
Yep.
just as a reminder of a goal of what I want to do.
Right.
And yeah, I had a password that said, by the way, I am awesome.
Sure.
So, I mean, I want to,
Yeah, pump your
myself up.
self-esteem.
Yeah, you know.
Nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Photographs on the mirrors, photographs in your car, on your dashboard, little reminders like that make a big difference.
Maybe what you're trying to head for.
Right.
I mean, if you're trying to get a certain body type, you want to,
right.
put that
Wanna
on there,
lose
or-
some weight.
right. So-
Okay. Next one. Mantra. Everyone know what a mantra is. This, I remember a guy I used to run with. He's really a fun guy, kind of guy I like to be around. He used to run marathons. His goal is to literally run a marathon in every continent in the United States.
No kidding.
Yeah, and he's done
Wow.
all of them but one, and I can't remember which continent he has not done.
Not
it yet.
continent. Country.
Continent.
Well, continent is the whole.
Right. So he flew down to south, the Antarctica, and he ran a
Oh,
marathon.
yeah. Every continent in not the United States.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Every continent in
In
the world.
world.
That's what threw me off,
Wow,
Brad.
I was wondering. what was
Okay,
going
every
on there.
continent in the world.
In the world. So
Okay,
he
gotcha.
wants to do, you know.
Sure, Antarctica, Europe, Asia.
Yeah, he hasn't done the Arctica.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Antarctica and Antarctica.
Right. Yeah, he hasn't done the North Pole area
Oh.
yet. So, anyways, he would say, relax, and you will achieve your max. So, in running, if you relax on these, especially longer distance runs, you save energy. You're much faster. It's much more enjoyable. But it's really the same with anything you do in life.
Right.
If you're, literally, if you're reading a book, if you relax, you read better as opposed to if you're tense.
Same with golf. If you're
Golf,
relaxed,
yep.
you're gonna and sports. You get that happy tension, the slight tension. So
Or being around your family, especially if you got a lot of young kids and they're kind of
you want to be relaxed.
yeah, be relaxed so you can work with them appropriately. And then this is a cool one. I had to look this one up. This is for a dieting person. If you're not hungry enough to eat an apple, you're probably not that hungry.
That's right. That's a good mantra to keep in your mind as you go through the day.
Right, with the apple in your in your briefcase or in your lunchbox.
And yeah, I don't know if this is a mantra, but I do always say to I just said it on an earlier video, is every day is a gift.
Sure.
And enjoy that day, focus on that day,
Right.
because tomorrow, who knows what it brings.
Right, exactly.
All right. Well, I
So
think
good luck with your goals.
Yeah,
Take a list. You can rewatch it if you missed one or
that's right. Hey, in the comments below, give us your ideas too.
Right. It's
we
nice.
love to hear those.
Right, and other people too. So we're going to help each other out within the
Yeah, as a
Bob and Brad
community.
community.
That's right.
All
There we
right.
go. All right, Brad.